Hello everyone, my name is Vandana and today I am going to discuss about a very interesting topic, and the title of my topic is Mount Everest. So I am starting with the introduction. As we all know that Mount Everest is the longest peak of the world and its height is about 8,848 meters and it lies in the Nepal. Mount Everest is the part of the Himalaya range and this is in the list of the longest ranges of the world, and its length is about 2500 kilometers. This range is in Asia continent and the countries are India, Pakistan, China and Myanmar. Now about the formation of the Himalaya. As the Mount Everest lies in the Himalaya range, so Himalaya is formed about 60 million years ago, and it was the example of the continental drift theory or plate tectonic theory. At that time there were two plates named Indian plate and Eurasian plates, and these plates collided with each other, and these plates folded and stand up as Himalayas, and Himalaya is the example of the folded mountain. There are many other peaks of the Himalaya range, and these are Nanda Devi, Mansalu, Makalu, Dholagiri, etc. Now how we can climb the Himalaya. So if we want to climb Himalaya or any of the mountain, so we need to do a special training and we have to join the mountaineering institutes. As in India there are many institutes of mountaineering like Atal Bihari Vajpayee Mountaineering Institute, that is in Manali. The other is Nehru Institute of Mountaineering and it is in Uttarkashi, and the third is Himalayan Institute, that is in Darjeeling. So we have to take proper training before going to climb the Mount Everest or any of the other peaks. If I talk about the Mount Everest, so there are 18 routes to climb the Mount Everest, and there are two very famous routes, and these are the North Col route and the South Col route. The South Col route is in the Nepal and the North Col route is in the Tibet, but the most famous between these two routes is the South Col route, and it is in the Nepal. The first ever man in the world who climbed the Mount Everest was the Tenzing Norgay, and he is from Tibet. He climbed the Mount Everest in 1953. The first ever woman in the world who climbed the Mount Everest is Junkot Bai, and she climbed the Mount Everest in 1975 and she belonged to Japan. And if I talk about the India, so Bachchandri Pal is the first ever woman of the India who climbed the Mount Everest, and she climbed the Mount Everest in 1984. She belongs to Uttarakhand. And there is another woman in India who is Santosh Yadav, and she climbed the Mount Everest 2 times. My third point is some interesting facts about the Himalayas. So the height of the Mount Everest is increasing by 1 inch every year, and this is equal to 2.54 centimeter. And the second point is that the temperature of the Mount Everest goes to minus 60 degrees Celsius. And the third is Mount Everest and Himalaya is famous for the biodiversity. And the fourth point is that Himalaya has an important impact on the monsoon of the India. Now the importance of the Himalaya. Himalaya is the origin of the many of the rivers like Sindhu, Ganga, Brahmaputra, etc. And these rivers contain waters in all the months of year. And the reason behind it, there are many glaciers in the Himalaya range, and these glaciers are Siachen Glacier, Hisper, Baltoro, Biafo, and these glaciers provide water to these rivers. Himalaya is also famous for the biodiversity. It contains large variety of flora and fauna. Flora means the plants in a particular region, and fauna means the animals in that particular region. So there are many famous plants in the Himalaya region like oak, maple, rhododendron. And if I talk about the fauna, so there are red panda, snow leopard, black bear, etc. Now in the conclusion, I just want to say that Himalaya is very important for us, and it is the famous for the biodiversity, but with the increase in the temperature, like global warming, deforestation, population explosion, has very bad impact on its rich heritage. Many of the species of flora and fauna are going to be extinct. So government should need the necessary steps to conserve these species, like as in the India, there are many national park where they conserve these species, and government also need to do steps to conserve these species.